Final Fantasy Tactics is a great game and people want to mod it. But it is a hard art to master and a daunting task to even try. Yet the results have always enchanted me, which is why I present today a tutorial to help people learn about eventing. Do note that this is using the Lion War as a base for all modding, since the Lion War is mod friendly. If you mod from vanilla, you are a peasant. Getting into eventing is complex and necessitates a lot of explanations and tools, so let's start with the tools you need. Be sure to download the Lion War from its official topic on the forums. Then you will need a series of tools. You will need the FFT patch suite, the attack.out editor special awesome, Jaravis, and the FFT conditionals. Those can all be found in the tools portion of FFH wiki. I also recommend installing Genisha.dx since it's pretty cool and it will help us later. For easy event, the one you want to download is hidden in the Lion War's download topic, right here. Follow the arrows. Take this one or you have big problems and you'll be a peasant. The FFT Patcher suite will allow us to open FFT Patcher, which will give us unit ID, unit position, their names, and sprite set. We'll also gain access to a lot of new tools, but we'll explore them later. The attack.out editor will allow us to see the event script, the map choice, the music choice, and a whole lot of things. Jaravis and EasyVent are both event editors, but Jaravis is clearly superior and you'll see why. Now we're getting in the swing of things. To install Jaravis, then load it, unzip it, and place it somewhere. Next, open the menus, go to Game, Final Fantasy Tactics, Mods, and then copy the test mod that is there and paste it, and then rename it to whatever you want. I suggest you keep it simple. Then, open that folder. If you haven't followed the instruction on the Jaravis webpage, it is now time to download Node.js and install it onto your computer. When that is done, open the folder where you unpack Jaravis and type cmd in the navigation bar. In the command prompt, write npm install and press enter. Jaravis will then install itself. Next, you need to set up some files before you do anything else. The first step is to make 2 copies of the Lion War and rename them. You want one to be a base and one to be your mod. This is because of the way Jaravis works. The second step is to identify where is a save state that you can use for the Lion War. For the third step, you want to find the event that come with the Lion War, the decompiled one. Here is the path you need to follow. Then you need to copy the first event, which is the Orban Prayer, and copy paste it next to your ISOs. Also, I suggest you give it a simple name. Now the last step towards setting up Jaravis. First, navigate to your mod folder, then click the top bar and enter cmd. This will open the command prompt. Inside command prompt, type node.patch and press enter. Jaravis will now ask you for paths. Those are the files we just searched for. First, enter the path to the ISO you want to be modded. You can use the ribbon to copy paste your path quickly, and then finish typing it by hand. Next, enter the path to the base ISO. Do not forget your extensions such as .bin. Jaravis now knows where your ISOs are. Next, we need to enter a new command to make it ask more questions. Enter the following code: node space dot space cef space dash vef, and then press enter. After that, Jaravis will ask you for event compile file path. This is the event file we've copied earlier, the Orban Monastery one. It should look like mine. Enter the path to that file now. If you press the up arrow while in command prompt, it will copy the last thing you wrote and reduce your typing time. Once you press enter, you should see some green text. This means your event file is good. To finish the setup, we need one more command. Enter the same command you just entered, except change the I for Q, for VQF, and then simply copy paste the path to the save state you noticed earlier. You may, like me, get an error, but don't get surprised. This is because I use a save state that was not used in a battle or an event. If something failed, do not fret. Go to your drivers folder and open the settings.json. If you made a mistake, you can correct it here. Be aware that you do need the double backslashes. I don't know why. We're finally ready to event edit. Since we have the Orban Monastery event at our disposal, we'll use it. Open up your text editor, open up the command prompt in Jaravis, and fire up your emulator. On the right of the screen, you can see the event text. Those are all the commands that go into making an FFT event. When editing any event, always remove the text offset at the top of the event. Find the text, scroll down, and you'll see a series of messages. Let's see what we can change. We'll make Ovelia a bit pissed off. Once we've made our changes, save the text file, then go to Jaravis and use the vqf command I showed you earlier. vqf applies the changes to a save state. So, by reloading our save, we've now changed the text. If we use the same process of changing text, saving the file, importing via Jaravis, and reloading a save state, we can again change the text. If we change the command in Jaravis from vqf to vaqf, we can make the process automatic, which is to say that each time we save the text file, the change will get imported into the quick save. Before the end of the video, here's an example of what event editing can do. This part of the tutorial was focused on getting you the tools you need to event edit. In the next part, we'll see actually how to do it and what's important to remember. So next time, we'll create a new event from scratch, import it into the game, and see how it plays out. One last thing before the end. We've seen today a few commands for Jaravis: vf, vqf, vaqf. What does it all mean? Well, it's simple. The I means ISO, which means it's loaded directly into the disk. A Q means quick save, which means it's only saved in a quick save and is temporary. And finally, the A stands for automatic. Each time you save, the save will import it into the ISO or the quick save, depending on the other settings. One last thing, if you want to be done with Jaravis or change its mode, you need to press Ctrl+C. Have a good night.